What's going on, you guys? Welcome to the very first episode of the Shattered Backboard podcast. I'm Grayson Niehaus. Along with me is my co-host, a man who has never beaten me one-on-one in basketball a day in his life, my boy C. Mitty, Connor Middleton. How we doing tonight, my guy?
What's going on? Roll the film though. Let's get the film rolling when we play one on one because that is so not true. But I'm
You
excited
will
to get
never
this
beat me.
going. All right, man. I'm excited to get this going. In the concept for a while, so I'm excited to finally get it going and share
Well,
our takes.
listen, it's a good thing that you're trying to get this going because we have a lot to cover in episode one. Obviously, it's been the greatest offseason in NBA history. That might even be an understatement of what has gone on in the league. Um, We'll
Not
get to
done
all
yet
of
either.
those. Exactly. And we'll get to all that, including the trades of Giannis, Jalen Brown, LaMelo Ball, Ja Morant. And obviously, we're going to be talking about some of the rookie performances during Summer League because this looks like one of the greatest draft classes of all time already. Then at the end of the episode, we're going to talk about where we want LeBron to go because LeBron still hasn't made a decision. He obviously is down to six teams. So we're going to predict where we think he is going to go, our favorite fits for LeBron, and where we think he can get a ring in his final season that we think. All right. With all that being said, the first trade we got to talk about is the biggest trade probably of the entire offseason and one of the biggest trades in NBA history. Giannis Antetokounmpo getting traded to the Miami Heat. Obviously, the Miami Heat, they've been kind of circling the water for a long time and trying to find their superstar around trade deadlines. Obviously, they fell through with Ja Morant a couple of times, Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, and I can make there's a whole list. Hell, Damian Lillard
Yeah,
was even on that list. But
yeah.
they finally land their big fish with Giannis. Connor, I'm gonna pass it over to you. How do you feel about this trade from both sides, the Bucks and the Heat? What both teams got and what both teams could do going
I
forward?
mean, I think it was a well executed trade. I think that both teams, the Heat were ready to finally, push for that contention, and the Bucks. I mean, it was time to move on. It was inevitable. They were getting rid of Giannis. I think they brought in a lot of promising talent for him, a lot of draft capital. Do I think that the draft capital 2020 or 2033 first? I mean, those are sixth grade kids, but
Yeah,
with that being said, I still think they brought in a lot of promising talent with Tyler Hero, Khalil Ware, Jaime Jaquez. I think there's a lot of promising talent
Kasparis
there.
Yakachonis,
Yep.
a lot of young
And
talent.
I think that the Heat were finally, they're finally a contender. They were tired of being like good enough in a sense, like just to almost win, but not to win. And I think they finally made that big splash to where they're like, hey, we're ready. We're serious. We're in this. We're ready to win.
And obviously, in my opinion, I love it for the Bucks as well. I think obviously we knew the two teams that Giannis was going to go to. It was either the Celtics, and we know what that Celtics package for the Celtics was. It was Jalen Brown, Hugo Gonzalez, or Baylor Shireman, and a couple first round picks. Kind of the same thing that they kind of the same thing that the Celtics got back for Jalen Brown. We'll talk about that trade next.
Yeah.
But I think not trading for Jalen Brown and doing the move that they did, it fully pivots them into a rebuild. Because I look at that team and I say, if you add Baylor Shireman and Jalen Brown, which is kind of crazy, I put Baylor Shireman in front of Jalen Brown in that sentence, but um, I look at it as like your starting lineup next season is Ryan Rollins, Jalen Brown, Baylor Shireman, or Hugo Gonzalez, Kyle Kuzma, and Miles Turner. Like, does that make you a better team? I feel like that just kind of puts you in the same position that you were in with Giannis, where you just don't have the talent to win a championship. Obviously, it was time for Giannis to leave the Bucks. Like, I hate to see it as much as the next guy because I'm a fan of a smaller market team as well. Like seeing his rise and just bringing the Bucks to a championship, I feel like that was one of the best rises in NBA history, one of the best things that we'll ever see in NBA history because that shouldn't happen. Um, it was
Yeah.
obviously time though. The Dame trade obviously
Yeah.
kind of set them back for a long time. I feel like that's kind of another. It's kind of a bad thing that they're kind of going into a rebuild in a way because even though I just hyped it up because obviously like you don't have your own picks. The Blazers have their own picks. We'll talk about that whenever we get to the Blazers talking about Ja. But so it kind of puts them in a weird way. I think they have talent that can obviously develop. Kasparis Yakachonis, I'm a huge believer in what he can do. Ryan Rollins, I'm a huge fan of. Tyler Hero, I'm kind of iffy on. No offense to Tyler Hero, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't hate Tyler Hero, but like
We'll see.
he's a
We'll see
hooper.
how he plays post punch.
Yeah, we'll see how he plays after getting his head off his like neck by Bam. So we'll see what happens there. But obviously pivoting going to the Miami Heat, I think that they still have a lot to do this offseason. Obviously, Andrew Wiggins accepted his player option. That player option is huge for the production that he gives. But
Yeah.
You have a lot to do. You have Bam
Yeah.
Adebayo, you have Giannis, you have your front court set. That is a top three defensive front court in the NBA, if
Yeah.
not top two or number one.
And
Um,
here's the issue I bring about with that is do they have the spacing offensively that they're going to need to be a contender? They don't got they
and
got
that's
to
the question. And that's the question that you got to figure. That's the one you got to figure out with your backcourt. I feel like losing Norman Powell loses a lot of that spacing that you needed. Obviously, they have Davion Mitchell, who's not the best 3-point shooter. If Davion Mitchell is their starting point guard going into next season, I don't know how that team feels. I feel like you kind of
they
just
need.
they signed Tim Hardaway Jr., but they also in the
Yeah.
trade got Bobby Portis. I don't know how good Bobby Portis is in
I think Bobby
2026,
Portis,
but
I don't know that he's a big impact on that team, but he
he's
does
not.
bring
He's not.
experience. He brings depth. He brings
He brings
intensity.
energy. He brings energy
He
off the
brings
bench.
energy. Yeah,
If you
intensity.
need the loudest 6 points and two corner threes and three rebounds, Bobby Portis will give that to you, and I love that out of him. But they
Bobby
got a lot
Portis
to
just a
do.
likable guy. There's
Listen,
no Bobby Portis hate in this world.
exactly that 2021 Bucks run, he was elite during that run. Like anytime Giannis would drive, Giannis would hit a little Euro step. Bobby Portis was in that corner. Boom, Bobby was spraying that series. Um, but in my opinion, good trade for both sides. Like Miami Heat fans, they deserve this. They've missed out on so
Yeah.
many that I'm glad that they finally got their one. Um, but it's also kind of scary because what's Giannis going to do next offseason? He's a free agent, or not next offseason, but the next one. So it's like you don't resign
Yeah.
him. You're kind
But
of back into square
The
one.
Heat's mentality going into this trade was a win immediately, and I
Exactly,
think that
and that's
does
what they're
put
trying
them
to do.
into the top two, top three team in the East contention.
They still have a lot to do though. I'm not going to put them into
Yeah,
that two or three
I
conversation
mean
until
it's still so
the
early
end of the
on. You can't
offseason.
say,
Exactly. I
but I
think it's
think
way too
that
early on.
Giannis
Their
is
roster isn't complete yet.
such an elite player that he
Listen,
has the potential to bring them there.
I look at it and I say, I mean, right now it's kind of like you have to start Andrew Wiggins because of that contract. I mean, it's kind of just how it is. So I think that their small forward through center's locked up. So now you got to find that backcourt that can shoot. I think Tim Hardaway Jr. might start for them because he shot really well for Denver last year.
Yeah,
So maybe he is the guy. But let's not talk too much about this trade because it seems like we both got it figured out. So let's go ahead and talk about the Jaylen Brown trade. The Boston
uh,
Celtics obviously traded Jaylen Brown to the 76ers, who is now one of our favorite teams going into next season. And they
yeah.
got Paul George, a couple first round picks. But we don't like the trade from the Celtics perspective. I'm gonna let you go ahead and start off on why you don't like it.
Well, first of all, Paul George has been involved in some of the greatest trade packages in NBA history at
Hmm.
this point. Like, I don't see where the Celtics thought that it would be an okay, decent trade to trade for a old veteran who is just not in his prime anymore. And he's just not as big of an impact as Jalen Brown, but it also doesn't give them into that, that rebuild. It's just kind of like a reset, and it's not a rebuild. I think the Celtics
I
still
think
are.
it's more of a retooling. They're trying to retool around Jason Tatum, which I'm gonna get into in just a minute. But keep going.
Yeah, and I don't see how that benefits them though trading for Paul George. I just really don't. I know that the Celtics are a fast paced. We're going to fire the ball up from three. We're going to get up 43s a game. And Paul George, he has proved to be a good spot up shooter still this late in his career. We saw it in the
I
playoff
mean,
series against the Celtics.
exactly. Yeah.
But I just think I don't know, man. Jalen
I
Brown's
mean,
a Finals
listen,
MVP, and we're
listen.
trading him for Paul George and like
Like
two
two swaps and
firsts.
two first, two swaps and two first. It's
But
not ideal. It's not ideal. It's not ideal for sure.
pivoting to the Sixers end, I think the Sixers immediately become contenders as long as Joel Embiid can stay healthy and their front or and their
Hey, bro,
backcourt can stay healthy. I
might get
mean,
Braun.
we see could we'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that later. But
Could get Braun.
I think Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe, I mean, both young, promising. They're only going to get better with bringing in Jalen Brown to that team. I just think that out east they have potential to be in the
Especially in the
finals.
Eastern Conference. We just saw the Knicks win the finals, so anything can
Exactly.
happen out east.
Exactly.
Um, Let me give my thoughts. The return, obviously, I just don't like at this point. Paul George's contract and what he gives you just doesn't add up. Paul George is getting
Yeah.
superstar money. And one of the biggest reasons that the Celtics wanted to do this trade was they want to get more financially flexible because because Jalen Brown and Jason Tatum were making up. I forgot what the number was. I think it was north of 50. like 50% of the salary cap, and obviously you don't want
Yeah,
that between your two stars. But I feel like that's just kind of the grave you have. Like you just have to sleep in the bed you made. Um,
yeah,
Jaylen Brown is obviously. I think Jaylen Brown gets too much hate. Like there was the GM that said he's the seventh best player on the Celtics. I think that's ridiculous. I don't think you can name six players better than the Celtics. I think you can only name one, and that's Tatum, obviously. But I don't know. I hate the return for what the Celtics got. Um, the first round picks in the future. I mean, like if we're talking about what VJ Edgecombe and Tyrese Maxey could end up being, those first round picks are probably going to be late round picks. So it's not really going to benefit the
exactly,
76ers.
exactly.
I mean, it's not going to benefit the Celtics. And then also, Brad Stevens in the press conference talking about the Jaylen Brown trade, he said that they wanted to change their identity. They wanted to be a more inside out team. Like they didn't want to keep putting up the threes that they were putting up because obviously you can't win every game if you're just chucking up threes like that. So obviously, I think that I feel like that doesn't make sense with Paul George because Paul George is almost like north of 35, making all the money he is, and he's kind of just now a spot up shooter. We see that with wings that get
Yeah,
old.
that's what I was talking about earlier.
Listen, any wing that gets old just kind of becomes a spot up shooter. And I looked at the stats, and the shot chart just keeps going down every single year. Like mid range and finishing at the rim, it just keeps going down every single year. And that's what's going to keep happening. It's not going to, Paul George isn't going to like become a driver next season. And I don't know,
No,
I love Jason Tatum, right? We don't know how he's going to come back off that Achilles. We barely saw it last year because obviously last year was Jaylen Brown's team. We
yeah,
kind of agree with that because Tatum was kind of
yeah,
slow to get
exactly.
back and everything. He kind of had to get back in the rhythm. It's Tatum's team again. And what happens if he comes off that Achilles injury and he's not that good? What happens? Obviously, I do not want that
Yeah,
to happen. I love Jason Tatum. He's one of my favorite players in the NBA. But what if?
there's
Um,
always that what if, and we are. It's not like they brought in a lot of promising talent
and they
either.
had to make this trade. They had to make this trade. I feel like the bridge was burned. Like the bridge was
Yeah,
definitely burned between
there
Brad
was no
Stevens.
keeping Jaylen Brown.
Exactly, just a locker room stuff. But let me talk about the 76ers. Love it. Like everything that you said, I'm going to kind of echo it again. Tyrese Maxey, VJ Edgecombe, Jaylen Brown. Try and get LeBron at your four, and then Joel Embiid. I think that that's an amazing front five. I think that that team rivals the Knicks, and I think that that team can make it to the finals. But they have work to do as well. I mean, off the bench right now
Yeah,
they have Phylon. We love him as a draft pick for them. Justin Edwards, and they lost Quentin Grimes, didn't they? That sucks.
yep,
That's a tough loss.
that is a tough
Um,
loss.
but I think you can replenish it. I think you can replenish it.
I think the draft to file on. I mean, I think it doesn't hurt them too much losing Grimes. Obviously, it is a tough loss. Quentin Grimes is a great player and was for them last year, but I think they drafted talent to replace him in Phylon. Not so much replace his role, or like verbatim,
And
but
obviously we're gonna
you
talk
know,
about Phylon when we talk about these summer league guys, but I think it is a good point. Like, hey bro, 76ers are one of the best teams in the East now. And if they get
yeah.
LeBron James, then I think that they become the front runner in the East.
Granted, they still stay healthy. We've seen Joel Embiid be a question mark most of his career, but
Amen.
we got to see healthy Joel Embiid towards the end of last year. So
Exactly. Exactly. And that team was scary. That team beat the Celtics when everybody thought the Celtics were going to sweep them. And they came back down 3-1. So who knows? Maybe the 76ers could win the East next year. The Knicks just won the finals. So anything is possible. Pivoting next, we got to talk about a team that's never won the finals, let alone has never been to a finals. That is the Minnesota Timberwolves trading for LaMelo Ball. Obviously, the return was LaMelo and Josh Green goes out to the Timberwolves. Nas Reed and a couple of first round picks, including a 2033 first round pick. So now the Charlotte Hornets are scouting sixth graders
I
ahead of
had
the
that earlier. Yeah,
2033 NBA draft. I'm gonna go ahead and start off. I think that this is a very confusing trade for the Hornets, but I feel like their only way that they can kind of explain it is that they're trying to get off of LaMelo Ball while his stock is the highest. Because obviously we saw last year, the end of the season, the run that they made was one of they were probably one of my favorite second half teams to watch all of last season because damn it, it was so fun. It was Con Knuckle shooting 10 threes a game and hitting four of them. Brandon Miller was dunking on folks and LaMelo Ball was throwing half court pass lobs to like Musa Diabate for no reason. So offensively, that team was fun. Obviously, defensively is kind of the reason that they fell out of the playoffs. The Magic kind of waxed their shit like on the glass and just being a more physical team. So I guess that you can kind of justify trying to get a better defensive identity around that, but I don't think that the pieces they have kind of support that. Traded for Nas Reed, I don't. That's not a defensive move. Signing Kobe White to his extension, not a very good defensive move either. So it's kind of just like you're getting rid of one of the top 10 talents in the NBA offensively for I don't know. I don't really know the reason. Like to be honest, maybe you sell high because of the injury history, like I said, but I really don't know. I love it for Minnesota though, because you have to keep Anthony Edwards happy. Obviously, there's the rumors that like he's not happy in Minnesota because of what has happened over the past couple of years. Obviously, the Karl Anthony Towns trade obviously hurt him a lot because Cat was his guy, and the second apron kind
Hmm.
of ruined that team going forward. So I don't know. I love it for them. They obviously have, like every team does this offseason. I keep saying it. They still have a lot to do, but I don't know how much they can do because they have no tradable first round picks until 2034. So I don't know what they can do. They have Terrence Shannon Jr. as kind of an asset. Don't know what he's going to get you back. In all honesty, you paid Ayo Dosunmu a ton of money when I think that you could have given Nickeil Alexander Walker half of that last year. So it's tough, man, and it still really doesn't move the needle for me for them going forward in the Western Conference because I still see like the Thunder and Spurs up here, and then it's like everybody else. But I do think the Timberwolves are number three on that list right now because I think the Nuggets can decline just a little bit, and we don't know what's going to go on with the Lakers starting lineup. But whenever we get there, we'll get there and we'll predict that. But how do you feel about this LaMelo Ball trade for both sides?
I'll start with how I feel about the Timberwolves. I think that it's great for them. I think it brings in a fun backcourt. I think it gets the fans excited. I think it's going to be super fun to watch that pairing of Ant and Lamelo. I think that it also causes them, like you said, they can't
Their
really
arena,
make.
hold on, I want to make a point. Their arena might blow up if Lamelo, when that first lob to like from a Lamelo to Ant, the arena might explode.
Yeah,
The arena might
but
explode.
I think I love it for Ant. I really do. I think it gives him flexibility to be, that true attacking player that he is without having to run an offense because that's going to be LaMelo's role. And I think LaMelo's going to thrive in that role. Granted, he stays healthy. And I think that, with Ant as the true attacker, playing on that wing, getting downhill, dunking all over folks like he does, I think that that's where he's going to flourish. And I think that that pairing is going to be super, super fun to watch. I do think they lack depth a little bit. I know they just paid Io a ton of money, and we saw great flashes of Io towards the end of the season last year. In the playoffs, especially,
I don't know
we
how
saw
much of
that he
that
could step up.
was. I'm gonna make. I don't know how much of that Io. I love Io as well. Like I love him as a player. I loved him at Illinois. Um, I don't know how much of like his playoff production was because Jokic was just terrible in the pick and roll, and they just kind of kept putting Jokic in the pick and roll. I mean, Jay McDaniel said it. He said go at everybody, and Io went at everybody, and obviously dropped 50. So it's like, hey, bro, Io made his
Hey,
bag off that.
yeah, hey,
It's
go get
tough.
your bag, Io. But
I mean,
I
but they
think,
also they have Dante DiVincenzo. He might come back toward the end of the season.
yeah,
So love
and
that.
I'm interested to see how he is off the injury though, because
It's
of his
Achilles
play
again.
style.
It's
Yeah,
Achilles. It's Achilles again.
yeah.
One of the best
Well,
3-and-D guards in the league.
pivoting Yeah, pivoting to Charlotte, I think that I mean it makes sense for them. I think last year we kind of saw Lamelo's ceiling with them. I don't think that they were going to exceed that any years to come. Now I'm interested to see how Kahn and Brandon Miller step up next year, having to be the stars, the leaders of this team. I think that that's going to be interesting. I don't think it immediately is going to happen, but I think they can flourish into those stars. I think that it does make their future better. It helps increase that ceiling that they have, but I just don't see it immediately being like, man, the Hornets are going to be good in a few years. I'm just like, uh, I don't know. And then they've got Kobe White. I mean, he's Kobe White. Like, he's not
Hey, don't
LaMelo.
disrespect
Like,
Kobe White, bro. Kobe White's a dog.
Kobe White's
Chill
not a
out.
bad player, but he's not LaMelo Ball. Let's be for real here. So I'm interested to see how Khan can step into that role. We saw how elite he was his rookie year, but he don't have elite playmaking beside of him now like he did with LaMelo. He's got Kobe White, who's a once again he's Kobe White, but
And as I was saying
I'm
earlier,
just
bro, LaMelo's a top 10 like offensive player in the NBA just because of how much he generates for that Hornets team. Like it's
yeah,
insane.
exactly. He generates that entire offense. I think that pairing him with Ant's going to be great because Ant's a true attacker. So with LaMelo generating that offense, freeing Ant's driving lanes up a little bit, and just it's going
That
to be
team's gonna
fun
be
to
so fun
watch.
to watch. That team
That
is gonna be
team's going to
so fun
be
to watch.
really fun to watch.
Well, talking
Outside
about
of Rudy Gobert,
a chill on Rudy, man. Respect Rudy. Respect him. How many times has he won deploy? Three or four? Three or
too
four?
many.
Chill out. That's the best like French player of all time.
Wim. Okay. Okay.
All right, let's go ahead and
Uh,
let's talk about a team that Wemby beat in the playoffs because another team out west made another move. The Portland Trail Blazers traded for Ja Morant. Obviously, the return wasn't crazy. It was just Jeremy Grant and who else was it?
Chris
Uh,
Murray.
yeah, Chris Murray. That's kind of crazy for Ja Morant.
Yeah.
So go ahead and start it off, man. Like how do you
Uh,
feel? In my
this
opinion, it's
trade.
sad, bro.
I'm not saying the trade came out of left field. Everybody knew it was time for the Grizzlies to move away from Jaw, but I think that this landing location kind of came out of left field. I know we had talked briefly about it. The Blazers did kind of miss out on Jalen Brown, so it was like, hey, we're going to get Jaw Morant here. That backcourt and guard room is absolutely loaded now. We've got Dame, we see Shaden Sharp, we see Jaw, we see Scoot. I mean, we've got Drew Holiday. Like they're absolutely loaded in that guard room, and I'm just interested to see how they play together, how they mesh together. I think it's going to be another one of those teams that's going to be super fun to watch on any given night. We have Jaw, Scoot, and Shaden Sharp, like dunk contest on any given night with those three. Um, Also interested to see how Dame comes back from, his injury. I don't think he'll have to step into that star role.
Doesn't have
I
to.
think that he could flourish as, kind of like a more of a
Can you imagine Dame
15,
averaging
20
like
point a game night.
exactly? Imagine he just averaged 15 to 20 just off being a catch and shoot guy. Imagine. I feel like Dame could do that.
I think he could too.
I think he
I'm
definitely
just
can.
interested to see with that, that uh, backcourt, who's going to emerge as the number one? Like, who's going to be that number one guy? Is it going to
I
be
think
Jaw?
I think you hope it's Shaw just because of like what his past is. I mean, in his past, that guy was like rated as one of the best players in the NBA, bro. I remember like MVP ladder. Ja
Yeah,
was top three at one point, 2022. Um, I think you hope it's Ja. I mean, you have to start Dame, I guess. Dame at the two. I guess that's what you hope. And then, bro, Shaden Sharp at the three, Denny at the four, Klingon at the five, then Scoot and Drew off the bench.
yeah. I think they're another one of those teams that jumps into a top four, top five team in the West. I think
Also,
that
shout out my boy. Shout out my boy Tumani Kamara. He's also on that team. And oh my
we
goodness,
we also got
boys.
to hope that as a Portland for the sake of Portland, we got to hope that John Morant can put down a gun.
All right, bro.
That's one thing we also got to think about. But as far as the Grizzlies, I think it's a good move for them. I think it was time to move on from Jaw. I think that they're selling him now, when his ceiling is or his values as high as it is now. I think that they didn't get as much of a return as I thought they would. At least some maybe draft capital or something to benefit their like long run future. But they've got a promising future. I mean, they've got Coward, and they just drafted Cam Boozer. Um, I think things are going to be looking up in Memphis. Not immediately, but I say give them 5 years, and I think things will be looking up in Memphis. Jeremy Grant brings in size. He brings in experience to that team, as a good maybe mentor to some of these young guys. Same thing uh, as far as the size goes for Chris Murray. I think that, them guys, they're not going to be immediate impact players. Like, they're not going to make the Grizzlies any better immediately, but in the long run, I think that they're going to be all right.
I mean, listen, I'm gonna talk about the Grizzlies first as well because it's kind of sad. Like I said, it was sad. Like I said, this trade was sad because it's the end of an era, man. I love those. It's a parade inside my city, yeah, teams. I can't lie. As a Thunder
Shout out
fan,
Desmond Bain.
my team was awful during those times. Like I was watching awful lineups get put on the court, so I would tune into Grizzlies games, man. And the Grizzlies beat our ass one time. They beat like the biggest loss in NBA history is a Grizzly Thunder game. But I mean, listen. So it's sad that that era is done. But let me talk about their GM Zach Kleiman, man. Think about everything that he got back for their technical big three. Obviously, the Jaw trade wasn't crazy. But you look at the Desmond Bain trade. How many first round picks they get? Four or five.
200.
I mean, obviously. So they got those Desmond Bain picks for from the Magic. I mean, what else did they get in that trade? They got a couple other picks. I think they got a couple seconds, and then obviously the Jaren Jackson Jr. trade. They got more first round picks from the Jazz. Um, so how they flip their big three for the assets that they got is insane to me. Then talking about the Trailblazers, dude, I love what they're setting up for their future. Obviously, they got Micah Nori, the assistant coach for the Timberwolves. A lot of people loved him. He was one of the highest rated assistant head coaches all the NBA. And dude, I said it earlier, they have the Bucks draft picks. It's kind of crazy that the Bucks traded for Damian Lillard, sent their picks away. Now they're in a full rebuild, and Dame is back on the Blazers. That's some double agent shit that I like. Had a Dame.
Yeah,
Listen, Dame is loyal to Portland. Like he can walk into any store in Portland and get something for free. He could rob a store and be okay in Portland. In
yeah,
all honesty,
yeah.
um,
Dame gets his
listen,
feet cleaned in the streets of Portland.
and for Ja, bro, I love it for him because it's like a new scenery. I feel like the jaw gun stuff, like, bro, the reason I said, like, come on, bro, whenever you said that, I feel like it got so blown out of proportion. Bro, he had a gun in a nightclub, bro. Of course he's gonna have a gun in a nightclub. He's an NBA player. He's in Memphis, bro. No offense to Memphis, but
Nah,
like he's a famous person. Like Lil Baby had that one video of him with the 5% tin. He was like, bro, I gotta have this because people run up on me. Like that could happen to Ja, bro. So of course, like I respect it. I didn't see no hate when Steven Adams had an AR-15 at a damn 4th of July cookout. As much as I love Steven Adams
that's
too. Come
Steven
on, bro.
Adams. Like, look at how
But he
much of a
wasn't getting the
unit
hate
Steven
Ja
Adams
got
is.
though. That's what I'm saying. He wasn't getting the hate
Nobody
Ja
can
got
hate
though.
Steven Adams. You can't hate on Steven Adams. Steven
Okay, the only
Adams.
reason people hate Ja is because he's a little cocky, and I like that, bro. He has confidence. He has
I'm not a
confidence that
draw
it.
hater by any means. I was just saying that remark. We know what is off the court.
Come on, man. It's blown out
Endeavors
of
are. We know
proportion.
what they
All right,
are.
all right. We're putting that to bed. We're putting that to bed. But I love it for him. I hope that he gets back to the MVP form, bro. Cause damn it, he's a fun player whenever he's the MVP. Like
God, Hey, I want
when
to see
he
him go up on Wimby again.
shit, he already dunked on him one time, so it don't even
I
matter.
want to see it again. I want to see that
T-
stage again.
And hey, bro, the Blazers are building some. Like I said, I think that team's a scary team out west. That's a team that's comfortably outside of the play-in. I feel like they're a 6 seeder up. They could be a sneaky 3 seed for all I care. If everybody takes the jump that I think they can. But let's talk about jumps because obviously the summer league is happening. AJ DeBanza had a crazy ass poster in his debut. So let's go ahead and
Oh,
talk about this draft class. Let me show you my notes for this episode. Like, hold on. Where's the camera? Okay. So here's all the notes, right? For every
yeah.
trade. And then here's the draft class. It just says this draft class is special because it is. This draft class is like I don't want to keep glazing it, but I genuinely it's going to be a top
Nah.
2 class of all time. It's going to be
I,
behind
I
2003.
mean, listen, it's too early to say. I think that hype going into it, yeah. I mean, we see some
Not even the hype.
ridiculous athletes in this class.
Not even the hype, man, because I look at the depth of this draft class, it's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, let's go ahead and talk about the summer league games cuz
Yeah.
Bruce Thornton the other night, second round pick went to your Rockets.
Yes.
Hooping,
Bruce
hooping.
Thornton is hooping,
The
and
depth in
I
this draft
love
class
to
is
see it.
absolutely ridiculous. Another great pick that I love. Malik
Yeah,
Thomas
speaking
going to
of
the Cavaliers.
Malik Thomas is averaging almost 30 points a game in summer league.
And listen, I'm not a big summer league guy. I don't put too much stock into summer league because, in my opinion, it's just glorified college basketball. But we're talking about two of like the best summer league performances, and we haven't even got to the top 4 guys because, damn it, those boys have been hooping too. Those boys have been hooping too. So let's go ahead. Let's run through real quick. Let's run through like
Okay,
how the lottery's been playing. I'm gonna be
let's
honest.
let's let's go ahead.
I'm terrible. Listen, you're gonna have to kind of carry me on this. I'm terrible at like remembering where people were drafted at. So if you know off the top of your head, then that's gonna help me a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, I know I like after Keaton Wagler gets a little fuzzy. So let's go ahead and run to it. I'm gonna let you kind of carry the conversation as well
Okay.
because I'm gonna be honest.
I
I
mean,
was
we're
at
gonna
work.
start off.
I was at work for a lot of these games, but I went back and watched a lot of them. So let's go ahead and talk about
We're gonna
the
start
number
off
one
with the
pick,
number one pick. We're gonna start off with AJ DeBansta, who is one of my favorite players already going into the next NBA season. I mean, he was the number one pick
Hooper.
for a reason. I mean, the biggest thing with him is he plays like he is a veteran. Like he doesn't look overwhelmed out there. He plays at his pace. I think that he's already showing signs to potentially play at even an all-star level in his rookie year. Yeah, I know that's crazy. That's hard. but I think that he
Listen, bro,
showed
you keep
signs to
you
where
keep
he could.
saying that. You keep
I'm
saying
high on
that.
Debanza.
You say that, and I want to say you're wrong, but you're also the guy that told me before Tyrese Maxey took his jump that Tyrese Maxey could be an All NBA guard. So I want to believe you, but like, bro, an All Star in
Listen,
year one. Do you understand how crazy?
I,
He has to be top 15 player in the East.
yeah, and
You,
yeah, I think he has potential
you
to do it.
say
Am I
that
saying he
you say
will?
that, but like,
I, I
he's probably not even going to be the number one in DC to start. To be honest.
Probably not, but I think that he has. I mean, he has that 1A, 1B. I think that that's what it'll kind of
Can you
be.
even say that with Trey Johnson with the way he was hooping in summer league, bro? Because listen, this is a summer league reaction thing. This isn't like just a draft class thing. Trey Johnson was out
Okay,
there
Trey Johnson was hooping.
hooping.
Also, you know who else was hooping for that Washington Wizards team is Will Riley.
Look, okay, let's. You want to talk about the Wizards real quick? Let's dive into the Wizards and how their future looks because they got Trey Young, Trey Johnson, AJ DeBanza, Anthony Davis if he can stay healthy, Alex Sarr. Then off that bench they have Bub Carrington, Will Riley, Keontae George.
They're deep and they're good.
Sheesh, and Bilal
I
Coulibaly.
mean, they're
Forgot to
deep and they're
include him.
good. The only
The only
thing
thing,
I say, go ahead, go ahead,
listen,
go ahead.
listen. We're recording this twice, by the way, if you guys don't know. But because our first one messed up. In that first one, I said they don't have a point of attack defender, and I kind of messed that up because Bilal Coulibaly is that. So they're good, in my opinion. I think that they're stamped. But let's say AD gets hurt. Boom, put Bilal Coulibaly in that starting lineup. You're good. The spacing and everything in that lineup is good, and I feel like the defense in that lineup is good because AJ's a willing
I think
defender.
I think the Wizards take an immediate jump to a, you know, not I
Top four
wouldn't
seed.
even say a
Nope,
contender out
I'm giving them
east,
a
but I
top four
say a
seed.
top 5 seed. I was going to say top 5 seed. The only thing I draw a
I
question
told you
mark
that,
on
dude. I
is
told you that.
health.
I told you that as soon as they got the pick, bro. As soon as they got the pick, I told you that team was going to be a top four seed, and you were
Yeah,
giving me pushback. You were like, "Nah." I think
that
it
was
was before
before I
the Trey
started
Young
studying
stuff.
Debansta's film. I started
That was
studying
before the
Debansta's film.
AJ. Were you a Darren Peterson over AJ guy?
No, no, absolutely not.
Okay. All right. I was making sure.
Whoa,
I was making sure. You want to talk about? All
I've been
right.
a Caleb. You want a hot take? I've been a Caleb Wilson over
Oh,
Darren
come on,
Peterson
man.
guy.
Come on, man. Yeah. Let's
Have you
go
been
ahead.
watching Caleb Wilson?
I'm. I understand the glaze,
We have not seen a player in a Bulls uniform quite like Caleb Wilson.
bro. You're clip farming. You're clip farming. All right. You know what? Talk about Caleb Wilson. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Caleb
Glaze
Wilson
him
has
real
been the
quick.
most exciting player to watch in all of summer league. He had
You're not wrong. I
35
mean,
points in his debut. 35. And it was on efficient shooting.
you see his game last night?
I did. I did.
Damn it, that man's gonna be good. Shout out the
He's
Bulls, man. I'm so happy for Bulls fans.
Hey, shout out
We're
to
huge.
Kenny because I'm so
Exactly. We're
happy for
huge
him.
fans of Kenny, bro. And shout out Kenny because damn it, he finally got a good player on his team. Let's go.
But
He finally has a
I think
promising.
Chicago. I think they got him something. They finally got him that building block they can build
And
around,
they
and I
got
think it's going
Modest.
to
They
be
got
so
Josh
fun.
Giddey. They got Nick Claxton. Hey, we're gonna do that. Next episode, we're gonna rank every team's offseason move, so we get to talk about that. We get to talk about a lot of
Okay,
other trades and stuff.
yeah.
All right.
But I think that Caleb Wilson is the best two-way player in this draft class. I think that he is the most exciting
Bro.
player to watch so far.
All right, let me go ahead. Let me go ahead and talk about my favorite player in this draft class outside of AJ DeBanza. Because in my opinion, he is a two-way, like he is the best two-way player in this draft class, and that is Darren Peterson. I genuinely think Darren Peterson is the next coming of Kobe Bryant.
Wow,
Genuinely.
wow.
Genuinely. Not bro. I'm telling you this right now, we've had this argument already. I think that Darren Peterson's offensive gap compared to Caleb Wilson is bigger than their defensive gap. I see Darren Peterson as a two-way player in this league, bro. Like the way that he gets in passing lanes, his length that he has, just everything about him. He's very laterally quick too, which I feel like contributes to his offensive play also because he's just insane, bro. I really love Darren Peterson.
I
Obviously,
mean, I'm not a
you
Darren
weren't too
Peterson
high on his
hater.
first game. You weren't too high on his first game because
I
you said he was
wasn't. You
shot.
see,
Like you said he
you
was
see a
shot
player.
chucking. You said the turnover. You said the fouls.
I mean, yeah, but like you said, and I mean, I agree with you. You can't take too much from summer league, especially from your debut in summer league. Um,
Bro,
Also, Darren
like
Peterson is not going to be playing the role that he's been playing in summer
let me
league.
look
He
up
has
the
been
summer league
that number
MVPs real
one
quick, bro.
playmaker, shot creator.
Hold on. Because I'm gonna show people why I don't like the summer I'm
No,
not a
and I
huge
agree
summer
with you.
league
And
guy.
here, I'm going to pivot to a player that in summer league, and this is why you can kind of take things from summer league. I think that uh, Malawatch, I think he's made a big jump from last year. I think we've seen that
I
in
feel like
summer
you could
league, and
see that at the end of last year, though. You could see that at the end of last year as they started
I think that
getting as they started like trusting him more and giving him. He got minutes in the playoffs, bro.
yeah, I think that Malawatch is playing with confidence in summer league so far, and I think that that's something he's developed in this offseason. I think that's where we can see positives in summer league is we can see off-season development between these year one and year two guys.
Bro, can we talk, bro? These last two draft classes, generational. Shout out! I'm
Yeah,
so happy. I'm so happy. I love basketball because.
this is such a great time to get into basketball.
All
Listen,
right,
if
let
you
me
guys
tell
are
you.
watching
Hold on.
this and don't watch basketball,
Let me make my point. Or you're not into the NBA. I'm trying to get people into the NBA and follow it how we do. But let me go ahead and tell you why I don't put too much stock into summer league real quick. Jalen Wilson won the 2024 MVP. Cam Whitmore in 2023. I don't have no hate
hey,
for Cam Whitmore.
Cam Whitmore is a great player. He just hasn't had the opportunity, and I will forever stand by
And
that.
I
He didn't
don't
get the opportunity with us. He's not getting the opportunity right
blame
now.
Ime
I think we sent him.
Udoka. Blame Ime Udoka. Don't.
I do blame Ime.
That's fine.
I think we got to ship Cam Whitmore to. I mean,
You
not
already
we,
shipped
but
him.
Cam Whitmore. No, I'm not. I know. I'm
You
saying
already
Cam
shipped
Whitmore's
him.
got to be shipped. I know. I'm not saying we. I'm saying Cam
The
Whitmore has got to
Wizards.
be shipped to, you know, maybe
Wizards
the
already
Brooklyn
got him.
Nets. Let him
Send him to the damn the
let him
Bucks.
hoop. Just send him out there and let him hoop, and he'll prove himself.
Listen, Keegan Murray also won in 2022. So let me stop hating on the summer league though because it's been awesome so far.
Hey, Keegan
Who's
Murray still
who?
has upside.
Let's talk about Cam Boozer because you were obviously a
Okay.
lot lower on Cam Boozer than I was going into this
Yeah.
draft. You had Caleb Wilson over him, which obviously Caleb Wilson's doing his thing in summer league. So I'm gonna start off because I didn't
Okay.
glaze him enough during the John Morant trade. I'm a Cam Boozer glazer, bro. The same way that Nate Ament got hate toward the draft. Now I want him to succeed and be the next Giannis. That's how I feel about Cam Boozer, man.
Ridiculous.
Hey, bro, it's not ridiculous. I want to see
Not
everybody
about Cam
succeed in the NBA.
Boozer. About
Hey,
Nate
bro, think
Ament.
about it. No, think about it. The more talent in the NBA, the better the product is. So hopefully we have 1,000 Giannis's in the NBA soon. Then they'll be playing like they're in the damn 80s. So never mind. But Cam
Oh,
Boozer,
that'd be fun.
listen, I love Cam Boozer's game. He plays so poised. He plays like he's 30 years old. And I don't know if it's because his dad was in the NBA and he was just around NBA players his whole life. He plays like he's been in the league for 10 years. I love the way that he could finish at the basket. I love the way that he could pass. Obviously, the jump shot's gonna need it's gonna need some work. He was doing an interview like in the middle of a summer league game, and he kind of gave like a snarky response. He was like, "I shot 40% from three at Duke." I don't even
I
know if
saw
that's
that.
true.
I saw that.
Um,
They asked him on if he had to adjust to the NBA line as
I was like, I
opposed to
shot
college 3 point
43%. I
line.
shot 40% at Duke. I'll be fine. I love that
That's not
though.
a rookie
I love that.
response. That's a
No.
veteran response.
I love that. I love that confidence out of him. He's gonna be the guy on that Grizzlies team. He's gonna be the guy. Him
Yeah.
and Zach Edey, I like that as a backcourt. I mean front court. I really do. So go ahead and give your go. What do you think about Cam Boozer?
Coming into the draft, like I said, I wasn't as high on Cameron Boozer as you were. I still think Cameron Boozer is an elite player and an elite draft class. No hate to Cameron Boozer at all, but I have seen him play in summer league so far, and he plays like a grown man. Like you said, he plays like he's 30 years old.
He's a very big guy.
He's physical, uses
He's
his
big
body
for his
well.
age. He's the youngest player in this draft class, and he's the big like he's big
He's
for his
not
age.
the flashiest player, and honestly, I
He
want to
gets it
say
done though.
that's kind of why I was not so high on him because I'm a guy who likes flashy
Those other
players,
three guys are the
but
flashiest guys in the draft class. I feel like that's why he got
and and,
overshadowed.
and that's I'm a guy who
That's what I was
loves
trying to tell
flashy
you.
players,
I was trying to
but
tell you that. I was trying to tell you that. Listen,
Cameron Boozer is a great player, and he's going to have a winning impact on this Grizzlies team almost immediately.
and even if he's not the number one, when if the Grizzlies are good in the future, even if he's a number two, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
That's perfectly fine. Let me go ahead and talk about somebody else that I really like in this draft class. That is Braden Burries, because I didn't talk about it when we talked about the Bucks trade, because that was one of the picks they got from the Heat.
Yeah.
I wanted him to fall to the Thunder so bad. I love me some Braden Burries. If the draft class could have went different, which I don't hate a Daymar, by the way. I know you have a lot to say about a Daymar. We can get into that in just a minute.
Oh man.
But listen, Braden Burries was like my top guy. Like my big board was Burries, Then Morez Johnson, who also hooped for the Mavericks. I love Morez Johnson
Morris Johnson
for
has
them.
looked good.
And then also then it was like a Daymar, then Yaks. That was my big four. I feel like that was the four players that we were going to draft. Obviously, we got one of those four. Love Braden Burries' talent. Like he could be such a good player for that Bucks team in the future. Let's say they don't want to re-sign Tyler Hero in a couple years. That's that like let Braden Burries shine, man. Let him shine.
Yeah, Braden Burries has the sky's the limit for Braden Burries. I think he's been hooping. I think that I was high on Braden Burries in college. I'm high on Braden Burries now. I think that he has potential to be a great player, all-star level player in this league.
Really good defender. Really good defender. He's just so smart as well. He
Another
knows how to
player,
pick it. He knows how to pick his spots, bro. Like he knows where he's gonna shoot, and he knows how to get to that spot. I love that about him. He's so decisive as a player, and I love that out of a young player. He's gonna shine.
another poised young player.
Exactly. This draft class has so many.
It's
Listen,
special.
I don't know if I made this point already. I think I did, or maybe I didn't, but I'll just make it again if I didn't. After the draft happened, like the draft grade reactions, it was A plus, A plus, A plus, A plus, A plus all the way through the first round. I feel like that's how I'm gonna remember this draft class. Like this draft
Yeah,
class was elite depth wise.
I mean, we're seeing elite players in the second round, like you said, Bruce Thornton. Like, look what he's doing. He was a second round draft pick.
Listen, I'm gonna give a little glaze. Now it's kind of you're gonna think I'm glazing the Thunder, and you're gonna think, but really, he's my favorite player in like honestly Kentucky history because I got to Kentucky, and this is the guy that I obviously had to cheer for. Otega Owe, bro.
Yeah,
I
no,
think I
love me
love
some
Otega
double O.
Owe. I love
I
the
love
pick.
that pick.
I
I
wish he
love
wore
that
double
fit for you
zero though.
guys.
I wish he wore double zero. Obviously, the Thunder in the
Yeah,
past couple of years in the second round. Hey man, AJ Mitchell was a second round pick. Aaron Wiggins second round pick. So guess what? Maybe he can buy into that. Like I think he will buy into that winning mentality, and I think he could be a really good player for us in the future. Another player I want to
I
talk
agree.
about.
I agree.
We said we were going to talk about Phylon, so let's go ahead and do it. LeBaron Phylon is a hooper. He is a hooper on that 76ers team.
He
He was
fell.
drafted 22nd. 22nd
Yes,
overall.
what I was about to say. Fell to 22 to a contending 76ers team. Wow. Like, just wow. I think in any
I
other year's
mean,
draft
bro.
class, going into it, LeBaron Philon is a top 10, like a lottery pick lock. But this is such a loaded draft
Bro,
class that he's able to fall to 22.
ridiculous. And then we haven't even talked about another guy for the Warriors, a guy that
Yaxel.
you weren't high on. You were not
I
high
will
on
say,
Yaxel at all. I was
I
high
was a
on
Yaxel
Yaxel.
hater. I
I
was a
was high
Yaxel
on
hater.
Yaxel. I believed in Yaxel. You hated on Yaxel, and I told didn't everything I told you is coming true about Yaxel? Like he's just a grown ass man. He don't know how to lose.
Yaxel's look good.
He don't know
I
how to
don't know.
lose.
I still don't know that it'll translate. We'll have to see. But I've been a Yaxel hater. But Yaxel, if you are ever going back watching this, I apologize.
Listen, bro. He's also in the best situation probably for a young rookie. I mean, actually not a young rookie. He's 24 or 23.
Young rookie is crazy. Oldest
That's on me.
rookie.
Word slipped there. Listen, you don't think Draymond Green's gonna like pull him to the side and be like, "Listen, bro, this is your role on this team. Just play it, all
Yeah.
right?"
Hey, as long as you don't punch him in the face, though. Shout out Jordan Poole.
Damn, bro. I love Jordan Poole. I'm so sad that that happened to him. Genuinely,
Yeah.
went from the future of the Warriors to on the Pelicans now. He's still getting paid a lot of money though.
Yeah.
So
Hey,
hey, bro,
he's
he made
getting
his
paid to play
bag.
basketball.
He made his bag. Anyway, he has Curry around him, Draymond Green, Jimmy Butler. That's his mentors. Ridiculous. Imagine he
As of
gets in
now.
Curry's shooting lab. Imagine LeBron joins that team, bro, and Yak's just like. Imagine LeBron mentoring Yaks.
Wow.
We'll talk
Yeah.
about that. We'll talk about that in a minute. Darius Acuff, Mikael Brown. How you feeling about them so far? Keaton Wagler.
Acuff's one player. I'll start with Acuff out of those three. Acuff, I don't know how to feel about him. The Kings are going to be very, very piss poor coming into this season.
Dude, Sam
I,
Cam Whitmore to
I
the
mean,
Kings, bro. So going back to the Cam
Darius
Whitmore
Acuff's
point.
shot selection so far has looked horrendous. I think he's just been out there shot chucking. Do I think
Listen,
Darius Acuff's a great player? Yes.
I think
Was I
okay.
high on Darius Acuff going in the draft? Yes. Has he let me down? Also, yes.
I'm not trying to put
But
you down, or I'm not trying to put you down or nothing, but I feel like I don't know. I was the first out of us two to fall on Darius Acuff, and you're like, bro, why are you falling on Darius Acuff? a lot of the reasons are showing in summer league. Like we've seen the clips like have you seen the clips at practice where he's just getting blown by on
Yes,
defense? Did you
yes,
see the one clip of summer league where he was like he, off the ball, like the person he was guarding passed the ball, and then Darius he just started walking away. He started walking away, and then like
yeah.
the guy
I
he was
saw that
guarding
clip.
just got
Darius
past like
couldn't guard a
it,
parked school bus. So
exactly. It's bad. Let's not rag on him
um,
though. I think he could be some
yeah,
though. He's gonna be on the
I
Kings,
I
bro.
think at Arkansas
Kings are
he showed
bad.
ability to just be able to take over a game, and I think that he can, you know, flourish into that player. Hopefully, he can learn how to defend because you don't want to be one of those guys who are out there such an offensive threat, but then when you get down to on the other end of the court, you just get targeted, you just get hunted,
That
and
doesn't show up in the playoffs. That hurts you in the playoffs.
exactly,
Hurts teams in
exactly.
the playoffs.
Um,
Um,
Another player you mentioned, Keaton Wagler. Keaton Wagler, I'm really high on Keaton
hmm.
Wagler. I think he's the sky's the limit for Keaton Wagler. Um, I think that he brings a lot to that Clippers team, who recently actually made that trade.
No. We'll get into that trade whenever the investigation happens. Let's
Yeah,
wait for
yeah.
the investigation to happen.
Let's wait on the law
Cause
on that
bro,
one.
what if like a week from now Kawhi just gets like banned, like the Clippers get banned from the NBA? There's just 29 teams next year. Imagine. Adam
Hey,
Silver's like, yep, all right, yeah, you guys have fucked up too many times because obviously,
but
they had that
Keaton
one
Walker,
incident.
I think that he's going to be great for the Clippers. I'm interested to see what his role is, though, just because he's got Benedict Mathurin, Chris Dunn, and Darius Garland. I'm interested to see, where he fits in with those three. And honestly, like you said, I know we're not going to talk about the trade, but there's another player coming in if that trade goes through that also will be in that backcourt. So
Is
I
he
don't
gonna
know
be
where
in
he
it though?
fits.
Is he gonna be in it though?
I don't know. I feel
I
like
think
he
he's gonna be.
has to.
I think he's gonna be two next to Darius Garland anyway. So I mean, I feel like if you want to talk about that, like, how do you feel about Darius Garland and Keaton Logger being like the backcourt, probably the future for the Clippers?
I I
Don't
think
like it.
they've got the sky's the limit for them. I think they've got a lot of potential. I know I keep saying that, but I really do think they have a lot of potential as a backcourt. Do I
I
think that
think
they're gonna?
we're gonna have to see because Darius Garland's obviously injury history is not the best, but
Yeah, I don't. Do I think that it brings them into contention? Contention? No, but I think that. I mean, I think that there's potential.
hey, I'm telling you this right now. A lot of people were hating on Michael Brown toward like the like when the draft happened. I love Michael Brown as a player. He has
Yeah,
something to
I
him.
think Michael Brown.
He has something to
Yeah,
him. I don't know what it
he's
is.
got craft. Have you saw the clips of some of the passes he's been making and just the way he's able to just navigate the defense?
He
He's
just
just
does shit.
crafty.
Like he
He's
genuinely
just a
just does
crafty
shit.
player.
He does shit, bro.
He's out there
Listen,
playing every game like it's AAU.
exactly. Listen, bro. I go to UK. You went to UK. We obviously saw the UK Louisville game. He hooped against us, bro. He like him and hell. Let's talk about Ryan Conwell because he's on the Heat. There's their sharpshooter. That boy hit like 5 threes that game at the start of the game. Really put Kentucky out of it early.
I don't
Let's
like
go
to
ahead and
talk
talk
about Ryan
about.
Conwell.
Listen, let's go ahead and talk about somebody you don't like. Ademara. Ademara.
I don't. I mean, I don't know how you can watch summer league and watch what he's been doing and say, yeah, that's the Wemby stopper. Like we drafted him to stop Wemby.
Listen,
Like I
there's no
don't.
Wemby stopper. There's no Wemby stop. Listen, when we drafted a Daymara, I definitely said, "Oh my God, we got our Wemby stopper." That was all jokes because there's no stopping Wemby. Hell, Isaiah
I'm glad you're
Hartenstein's
finally
probably
admitting that.
you've. I'm not even gonna say that. All right, Isaiah Hartenstein's probably like the good enough Wemby stopper. Um, we have JW win that series. That's all I'm gonna say about that series. But
Okay, living in
um,
the past, man. Just move on. We're talking about next year.
That's fine. And listen, Ademar a hooper. I love Ademar. He doesn't have to start instantly. Ademar might not even have to play a minute this season, bro. That's how deep we are at the center position.
Listen,
Isaiah Hartenstein, Jay Will, Thomas Sorber.
I'm not just hating on Daymara just because he's on the Thunder. I'm hating on Daymara the same I would if he was on any team. If he was on my Rockets, I wouldn't be too high on
His
him just
rim
because
presence, though. That rim
his
presence
rim
is
presence can
ridiculous.
only get you so far. I've seen multiple clips of him, people challenging him at the rim, and he just kind of shies out of the way. He shies away from that confrontation at the rim, and I just think
We
that
got two
if
7-footers
you're
scared of
want
contact. Let's go, man.
if you're wanting to bring in somebody to somewhat contain Wimby, I mean that's free eats for Wimby if Ademar is on the court at the same time as him. So we'll have to see what he can blossom into. Maybe he can learn how to not shy away from physicality, but I don't know. I'm not
A
too high on
couple,
him.
a
I
couple
think he's
other
the worst
guys.
Michigan player drafted in the first round.
Get out of my face with that. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and shout out a couple
You're
other
telling me he's
guys.
better than Yaxel or Merez?
Same guy that was saying he would draft tomorrow over both of them going into the draft. Now all of a sudden he hates him. All right, let's go
I've
ahead and
watched. I've
let's
watched
no
him.
no 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 no.
Hey,
Let's
at
go ahead and
Michigan, he
skip.
was a
Hey,
beast. He was a
Alperen
beast at
Sengun
Michigan.
is your starting center. Alperen Sengun is your starting center. Don't forget that. All right, so don't hate on
Alperen
me.
Sengun's league's better than a Daymara. I'm not hating on you. I'm hating on a
Alperen
Daymara.
Sengun. You know what? We'll talk about that a different time. A couple other people I just want to go ahead and shout out because we've got to get to the LeBron stuff. Because the next video next episode we're gonna talk about like every single draft, grade every team's draft, say what we like about it, say what we like about their fits. So a couple other guys I want to shout out: Dalen Swain to the Bulls, love it or hate it,
Dan Swain.
just
I
love it
love
or
it.
hate it.
I
All
love it.
right, Haynes Steinbach to the Hornets,
Ah, I
and
also love it.
different.
That's another one of them.
So one hop.
I can't say I love it. Actually, I'm gonna say I like it.
Bennett Sturts to Oklahoma City. I'm just going through the draft order.
Mm,
I love it. Personally, I love it as a Thunder fan. We got a shooter off the bench, and I
ah,
love it. What he's done early on in Summer League, boy, if he could just ball handle and shoot, perfect. That's all we need. That's all we need, bro.
yeah. For you guys, I think it's a great fit for them. Bennett
All right.
starts as a draft pick. I don't love, but for your guys is what you needed.
Needed.
I
Yeah.
think that's yeah.
Abuka, according to Detroit. I love
I
it.
don't hate
He's
it.
a hooper. He's a hooper. I think
He's
he's
a
a hooper.
hooper. I don't hate it.
He averaged
I don't
20 in
hate
the
it.
ACC. I feel like that says a lot. One of the
That's
best
hard to
basketball
do. That's a
conferences in
feat.
college basketball. Christian Anderson. Christian Anderson's honestly my favorite steal of the first round, in my
Honestly,
opinion.
I don't dislike that take. I think Christian
Him
Anderson
falling
was
to
great
18.
last year.
I would have loved the Thunder drafting him. If the Thunder drafted him, I would have been like, oh my God. Crazy. Love
Yeah,
it.
I was kind of shocked that he fell out of the lottery.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, for
but
sure.
I
Love
love
it.
it.
Love it. Last one, and then actually let me go through the first round and see if there's anyone else. Never mind. Yeah, last one. The Lakers getting Cam Carr.
Love it. That is my still
We'll
of the
talk.
first
Hey,
round.
listen. We're gonna talk about that because next episode we're gonna be talking about obviously the first half of the offseason for every NBA team. But we got to talk about probably the biggest fish of the entire offseason, the greatest player of all time, the king, the Akron Hammer, the chosen one,
LeBron Raymond James.
Senior.
Mm.
Oh, never mind. I'm not gonna say it. That's crazy to say on the podcast. But LeBron, hold on. Let me pull up the graphic. Hold on. I want to make sure that it's right. I want to look up LeBron's final teams because like he's down to because I want to like make sure that we go through all of these. Um, he is down to. Do you have the graphic already? Because
I can pull it up. You want me to pull it up? Let me get it
hold
pulled
on. I
up
found
here.
it. I found it. It's 5 teams. I said
Yep.
6 teams in
No,
the
it's
intro, but
six.
it's
It's
5 teams.
six. It's six.
6. Send me the
Yeah,
graphic.
I've
Send
got
me
it
the
pulled up right
graphic
here.
real quick. Send me the graphic real quick.
Here, I got you. I got you. I got you.
What are you sending it on?
Here, I'll just here.
I
Do you want me
message.
to just? I'll just read them out. I'll just read the graphic out.
All right, go ahead.
So
It's
the
fine.
teams that are in the running for LeBron. Sorry about that confusion there. The teams that are in the running for LeBron currently are the Miami Heat, the Golden State Warriors, the Cleveland Cavaliers, the Minnesota Timberwolves, the Denver Nuggets, and the Philadelphia 76ers.
Yeah, we're gonna have to definitely go through that again. Okay. First reaction to that. First reaction to that list because I saw this list when I was at work and I instantly like had a lot of thoughts. The Denver Nuggets being on there is absolutely insane.
We
Imagine a
could
team
roll them
with
out. I think we can
uh,
go ahead and
I'm
put
not
them at
though.
the six on
I'm
this
not.
list.
I'm not though because listen, put LeBron on that team. Put LeBron on that team and here's what I think that starting lineup is. Jamal Murray, Peyton Watson, love Peyton Watson, LeBron James, Aaron Gordon, Jokic. That team is winning the finals if they stay healthy. If they stay healthy, that team is winning the finals. I promise to God.
Do you think that team can compete with the Spurs and the Thunder out west, like in a 7-game
Do you
series?
understand? Okay,
I understand how great Jokic is, and obviously
the
the greatest
IQ
player of
that's
all
going to be on
game.
that court. The IQ that's going to be. Listen, I'm hating on my Thunder right now, bro. A little bit. A little bit. Like,
I understand. No, I
bro,
understand. I don't think that
I
that's.
I would be terrified. Actually, no, never mind. Hold on. Actually, let me backtrack like 10 steps, bro. I don't think that team wins the finals. Jokic is not that good of a defender in my opinion. But that team would be really good. That team would be the probably the third best team in the West. And maybe I keep saying it, bro. The Knicks won the finals last year. Anything can happen. Just saying, it's basketball.
Yeah, but do we think LeBron is going to settle for a third place team?
Nope.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why I
I'm
left the
thinking
Lakers this year.
my prediction is that LeBron's going out east. So I think we can roll out 3 of the 6 teams. I think we can go ahead and roll out the Nuggets. I think we can roll out the Timberwolves. And I honestly think, as much as I would love to see LeBron paired with Steph Curry, how fun that would be. And, he
Well,
said that's one player he wants to play with. I think we can roll out the Warriors. I think
let me
LeBron's
make let me
traveling
make this
east.
point. Let me make this point real quick. The Timberwolves won the finals with LeBron. I think so. Because LeBron could be that third scorer. Let's say let's
Because
say freak injury happens to LaMelo. LeBron can play the point guard. You can have Io run that three.
42-year-old LeBron at point guard, I mean, I think he could.
Do you? He doesn't, bro.
But
LeBron still has bro. You acting like LeBron is like not athletic anymore.
I'm not saying he's not athletic. I'm just saying, I mean, he's gray. LeBron's gray. Like,
Okay, bro. That IQ
he's not
doesn't
going to be
leave.
playing 40
The
minutes a game as a point guard. And so
that
those
IQ
minutes that they
doesn't
don't
leave
have
though.
him in there,
The IQ doesn't leave him. They have Terrence Shannon Jr. as well, who can kind of come in and play that backup guard. They re-signed Bones, Busy Bones, back in
I think,
Minnesota.
I'm going to give my take right now. I think that my ideal landing destination, like for LeBron in his head, is to go home to Cleveland. I think that boosts that Cleveland team
Really?
to a top two, top three, maybe even competing for that one seed in the East. With uh, James Harden, Donovan Mitchell, LeBron, Jared Allen, and Evan Mobley as a starting five. I mean, that's filthy. With Jalen Tyson off the bench, like, I think that's filthy.
Okay.
And I think that the right thing to do for LeBron, is to go home, have that farewell tour. I think he'll not get a retirement tour. He might announce that he's signing with the Cavs and then be like, "This is my last year. I'm going to go on a farewell retirement tour back in my hometown." I think he's going to try to bring that back to Cleveland. I think that that's the right thing to do for the city of Cleveland. If he really does love it as much as he says, I think that's where he will end up.
Listen, bro. I don't know if the report was fake or not, but apparently they're trying to do like a sign and trade for James Harden and Kyrie. That'd be so funny. That'd be awesome,
I
low
saw
key.
that. I think that report's fake, but
If it isn't fake, bro, then if it's cool.
hey,
If it
bring
is
him
fake, it's
back.
cool. It'd be cool. It'd be cool to bring the band back together. Nostalgic wise, I was born in 2006. You were born in 2006. So that 2016 championship run is obviously very like important to our childhood.
Yeah,
Um,
pivotal moment in my childhood. I remember exactly where I was when I watched it. Actually,
I do too. I do too. Listen, I'm a Thunder fan, bro. So I hated the Warriors. So it was beautiful. It was beautiful to see them lose like that.
I'm a Rockets fan. I hated the Warriors, so
Exactly. Exactly.
we
The
could
the
bond over
two
something
the
there.
the two teams in the 2010s that have suffered the most to the Warriors was us. So I'm happy that
Yeah,
we can bond about that, even though I hate the Rockets. Um, I feel like nostalgic wise, that's my favorite landing spot for LeBron. But if you want me to be real, the team that I feel like moves me the most with LeBron James is the 76ers. 1000%. We talked about it earlier. Imagine slide LeBron James in that starting lineup.
I think that 76ers team becomes the number one team in the league. I think that they jump the Spurs and the Thunder if you add LeBron to that lineup.
Chill out. Chill out.
You're telling
Spurs
me
and the
LeBron James playing as a
Spurs and the
number
Thunder.
four option,
Sp-
a number
Sp-
four option.
Listen, the Spurs and the Thunder have the defenders. They have the defenders to keep up. They have the depth to keep up. That's where they kill the 76ers, in my opinion, is the depth. They got Anthony Simons though. Hey, bro.
We're talking LeBron James here as a number four option. Do you know
Okay.
how scary that is?
Listen, and I understand that. Is LeBron a top 10 player in the NBA right now? Be honest. Do you think so? Real shit. No,
No,
I don't think he's top
I don't
10.
think so.
I
I
don't think
don't.
you can give him a top 10 title.
I think he's like
You're talking about the top two
somewhere in
players
that
in the
15 to
NBA.
20 range.
You're talking about the top two players in the NBA that the 76ers would have to beat. Just saying. That
Okay, but
Spurs team's going to be way more hungry next year. That
they
Thunder
have
team's going to be way more hungry next year.
3 top 15 players in the league if LeBron signs there.
You think Embiid's still top 15?
Healthy Embiid? I think
Uh,
so. I think LeBron's also top 20, probably still 25.
I wouldn't give Embiid top 15 shots at this point in his career.
I think that if he stays
You know who I'm
healthy, a
putting over?
fully healthy season of Joel Embiid is a top 15 player in the league.
I don't know about that. Hey, we could do that for an episode, low key. Doing like our top like 25 players, low key. That'd be a good
Okay.
episode. That'd be a fun episode. How do we feel about the other landing spots though? Like what those would look like? Like the Warriors. What would that look like?
The Warriors. I mean, that'd be fun. That would be the most fun landing
I
spot, I
hate that
think.
though. I hate it though because like
I
LeBron
don't.
doesn't need to. He
I
doesn't
don't
need to
know
have
what
like
they
a
will do.
Wizards run. I feel like it would look like the damn MJ Wizards shit, bro.
Yeah,
LeBron and the Wizards.
I
I
think
mean, Warriors.
that there'll be a narrative push towards LeBron if he decides to join that Wizards team, like a
The
or not Wizards
Warriors.
Warriors,
We both
like
fucked that
a
up.
like a can't beat them, join them kind of narrative push towards them.
Can't beat
Even
him.
though
What do you mean, bro? That
I'm
team
just
is not the
saying, like
same team that was in the 2010s, bro. Come
no,
on,
no,
chill out
no,
on
but
that.
I mean, like we saw Steph Curry take down LeBron multiple times, so like
But
going to team up with him, that's
nah, bro. The last
somewhat
time
of a
LeBron and
narrative that'll
Curry
be
won.
pushed.
Hey, the last time LeBron. Actually, nah. Last two times LeBron and Curry played in the playoffs, LeBron won.
Yeah, but
Playing, and
that was out west. That
that's
wasn't a
fine.
finals run.
That's fine. That's
But
perfectly
yeah,
fine. That
I
says a
understand.
lot.
I get it. I get it. I really do.
And LeBron was the best player on those two teams, by the way. LeBron had multiple big moments in those series.
Yes.
Remember Austin Reeves hitting a half court shot in that series?
Yeah. Wow. That's a pull.
I don't know why I remember that. Austin Reeves hit a half court shot in that series. Holy shit.
The Lakers
That
went on
playoffs was
to.
fun.
Yeah, that was a
They
fun
lost to the
playoffs.
Nuggets. Lost to the
Yeah,
Nuggets.
this is the year the
Dude,
Nuggets won the
dude,
finals
it was the year Jokic would always get down to like the point 1 second.
and throw it from over his head. Like there's nothing you can do.
Fucking Larry Bird. Throw that hoe up. Damn. I mean, the Timberwolves we already talked about. Heat, I guess. Hey, if Miami lands LeBron, bro, that team is I don't even like
Contender, contender out east.
best team in the East, in my opinion. Whatever
Yeah.
team gets LeBron out East, I think will be the best team in the East, in my opinion.
But do we think LeBron is going to be that big of an impact? Like, I get he's LeBron
You
James.
just said that to me. Hold on, no, because you literally just said about whenever we were talking about the 76ers, you're like, it's LeBron freaking James. It's
It
LeBron
is,
freaking
but
James.
LeBron is going to be the fourth option on that Sixers team, is what I'm
And
talking
because
about.
guess what? He's gonna be
With
the
the
third
Heat,
option. He's gonna be the third option on the Heat, probably. In my opinion.
no, LeBron will be more of a scoring option than Mr. 83.
He might average 83, bro. He scored it in one game. He might score it in 82 straight. You don't know. Anything can happen.
Hey, I saw a video and it was like the NBA predicted the scoring of Bam scoring 83, and they decided to respect him when they made 82 games in a season just to respect Bam.
Holy shit. Have you seen the one where it's like I got an 82 when I needed like 82 on my final exam when I needed an 85 out of respect for Bam? Hey, bro, stop rubbing your mic, bro. All I hear is like static.
My bad. I didn't think I
Just let it
was, but
chill, bro. Just let it chill. But no, like I said though, I feel like any team that gets LeBron out East is instantly the best team in the East. Because like the Lakers, when they went on that run at the end of the season in like March and April, I mean, that's when they were the most dangerous whenever they had LeBron. I mean, LeBron is the
yeah.
third option. So I don't know. We'll obviously talk about that whenever we get to that bridge. But yeah, let's go ahead and wrap this thing up. Go ahead. Thank you guys for listening to this or watching this, whatever you're doing this to. I don't know if you're just like doing like you're playing
Whether you're
Xbox
driving
and
down the
needed background
road
music.
playing
Yeah, you just needed
Xbox,
background music. Hey, I appreciate it, bro. At the end of the day, you're showing support. If you want to show more support, go ahead, like and subscribe. Me and Connor are dropping a Jeopardy video Sunday where I make him a board, he makes me a board. We're gonna see who has the better NBA knowledge. Whoever scores more has the best knowledge. Then also, next week's episode is gonna have hopefully the Kawhi stuff is figured out by next week's episode. Maybe we drop the episode later in the week just to give that time more time. Did you see the screenshots today about the Kawhi stuff?
no,
Bro,
I didn't.
apparently
Did
I'll
they
send
drop?
you
I've
it.
been busy all day. Just send it to me.
I'll send it to you. They had Kawhi as like Groot because like I don't know what the organization is to like plant trees, and they had Kawhi like as Groot. I'm not lying. I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you. I swear to God. So yeah, there. Hopefully that's figured out. We're gonna talk about a whole bunch of different trades, like the smaller trades that happen, like the Miles Bridges trade, and how we think that how that affects both teams going forward. Actually, I'm not even gonna say how we feel about it. Just watch next week's episode and you'll figure out. Walker Kessler is a Laker. Bro, there was another trade I wanted to bring up and I just forgot. Is there another big trade that you could think of off the top of your head that happened this offseason? Like not like a big trade, but like a oh, it happened. Okay. Is there like
I
another trade you
mean,
could think of like that?
other than Walker Kessler, no.
Shit. All right. I guess that was the two I was gonna think about. Be oh no, 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 no. Like Nick Claxton, Julius Randle. We could talk about those trades. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't think those are
Hey, chill, bro.
significant, but
We can talk about them though. Hey, bro. It's the
we'll
off
talk
season.
about them.
We're
We'll talk
deep
about
in
them.
the off season. Case and Wallace is green apparently, so we're deep in the off season. Holy shit. Yeah, we're deep in the off season. Um, Listen, we're gonna have a bunch of content. We're gonna try and drop an episode a week and a YouTube video a week. So please show love. We're also gonna be posting a bunch of reels, a bunch of YouTube shorts and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm just yapping at this point. If you made it this far, thank you guys so much for listening to this first ever episode of the Shatter Backboard podcast. We're Grayson Niehaus and Connor Middleton. See y'all later.